Hey, it's the Watchalongs show. We're all here again. It's great.
Whoa.
This is really cool. I'm glad everything's working out. I'm JWMaher. That's Abby Brooks. That's Aaron Brooks. How you guys feel?
We're feeling good. I'm excited to be back. I'm gonna once again do my best to keep up with this challenge.
We're happy to have you back.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is week 3. We're working back through the Horrorville list. That puts us at 2023. Those were the top 10 films according to Horrorville that year. I've seen 9 of them. I haven't seen Roman Cham, but whatever. I think that people can forgive us for not seeing Indian films, but it's fine. You know what, Abby? Since you've been gone so long, why don't you tell us what movie you watched for your 2023 Horrorville?
Yes. So I watched a movie called The Passenger. That's the one with Kyle Gallner in it. I didn't know a whole lot about this movie actually going into it. I did know that Aaron had watched it prior. I think he was watching it one day when I came home and saw the middle of it. And people seem to really like this. I'm a little more in the middle on it. It's more thriller than horror, I would say. But there is still a lot of horror elements to it. The plot is basically Kyle Gallner works at a fast food restaurant with another kid. The actor, I'm not sure what else he's been in, Johnny Berchtold. And something happens with Kyle Gallner. He goes off, and then it basically ends up being almost like a road kind of movie. They're driving around, and basically just the other kid needs to go and fix his regrets in life, basically. And I thought it was fine. I think there could have been more to it. But I think it's worth watching. People seem to really enjoy it based on Letterboxd. So maybe I was missing something. But I think it's worth checking out at least once.
Would you give it on a scale of 0.5 to 5 there?
I'd probably give it maybe a 3 or 3.5. I have to think about it a little more. I literally just finished it now.
We'll round it up. 3.5, but maybe a 3. We'll find. Did you give it a 3, Aaron?
I gave it a 3.5, but on my partial rewatch here, I really hate the ending of this movie. I mean, hate it. The ending of this movie feels like it took forever, and on a rewatch, it feels like it took even longer. So I think if I ever did fully rewatch this movie, it'd probably go down to a 3. But Kyle Gallner is great in it.
Yeah, he's good.
He's really hitting his stride.
Yeah, and he really is. And the opening of this movie is the best part. And sometimes it's just tough when a movie opens with its best, most brutal aspect and then just slowly loses the steam. Yeah. And the end of the movie is really stupid.
And I think you technically watched 2 movies for the challenge.
Yes.
So let's start with the movie that you watched by yourself.
Yeah, I was covering my bases here in case my subtitles didn't line up with my copy of the movie for the second one. But my first movie was Loop Track, which I hadn't heard much about. It's a New Zealand film and takes place with a socially awkward man getting away into the wilderness, which is one of my favorite genres of movies. I thought it was going to be a labyrinth story. Ends up being something a little different. And I don't really want to give away a lot because I was surprised with the direction it went with the movie. And I don't think it's very advertised where it goes. So really it starts as just a socially awkward guy trying to get away into the jungle and into the forest. And then he runs into people along the way. I've compared it to a reverse clown car situation where it's just they keep adding more people to this woods that they run into, and then other things happen. Also, the lead's really good. I haven't seen him in anything, and that helps with the movie. And he's just a socially awkward fella who the first hour of the movie is a social horror movie, like All My Friends Hate Me or something like that.
All right.
Turns into something much more.
What would you rate it?
I believe I gave it a 4. Yeah, it's a strong movie.
Right. 4 for Loop Track. And then we're moving into the movie that Aaron and I both watched. So I'll start. Vincent Must Die, or Vincent doit mourir. French film. There he is. There's Vincent. Basically, I think if you're, I should have kept the banner up. I think if you kind of have your eyes open, you've seen something, because I believe wasn't there also an event where they had this in Harrow Road as a double feature for a couple days at the theater?
Yeah, AMC at least did it. I don't know if other theater chains did, but I know AMC did.
So a lot of people are at least aware of this film, and basically Vincent, he's just like a regular old, he's like a web designer, I guess. And like one day, whenever he makes eye contact with people for too long, they just want to kill him.
Yes.
And it's never explained why, but like that's fine. I don't need it. Like I said in my review, I don't need things spoon fed to me. But it's a phenomenon where all these people, this is happening to several people, and they call themselves the Sentinels, and they don't know why it's happening. They're just living in this world where it happens. And then he learns how to navigate his life as this potential target. Like he moves to the country, he gets a dog, but then like the rules shift like a bunch without warning, and you don't know what's going on. And then the last 20 minutes of this movie are just batshit insane. So I think by virtue of like not giving me anything, it kind of hurt it a little bit, but it's very interesting the journey you take to get there.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna have a satisfying answer, so I think no answer was the right way to go. It's a little bit of Beau is Afraid, a little bit of a lot of Dream Scenario, honestly, and then just like whatever, choose your fighting movie or a movie where they fight with weapons of your choice, because there's some great scenes with that as well. The septic tank scene, obviously, I think will be the one that gets the point out, but I feel like fighting your neighbor's children in the apartment complex and getting caught beating them is just, and then immediately running to the apartment because you're like, I can't look the mother in the eyes and explain this. So like, it's not a good look to beat up kids and run away and put a desk behind your. And like, so the whole like apartment, that's what really reminded me of Beau is Afraid, that moment where it was this anxious, everybody's like, we're calling the police. We're not going to forget about this. You beat up 2 children. Like, what's wrong with you? And him the whole time, it's just like, his performance is great. He's like really good at like slowly unraveling and then slowly accepting the situation. And then like, you feel the respite he feels when he's finally in contact with Joaquin. And then once Joaquin has like all of like the people stop trying to kill him, then he's like, I'm depressed. I'm going to kill myself now. I have nothing to live for. Like, so it's like a weird, like psychological French thing, maybe.
I think the cool thing about this movie is like, it's a weird concept. They definitely explore the space because the septic tank fight, like the guy comes out to fix the septic tank and he sees Vincent and they start fighting like
also
in
like
the shit,
I felt really bad for these people, especially that guy.
Oh yeah.
He's like literally like such a nice guy before that. You just like see him when it's like, oh God, he looked at him. It's like, no. Like in the whole like second half of the movie, you're just like yelling at everybody on the screen, like, look away. Like when he's on the beach with his dog. Sultan, who he thinks is a boy, and then realizes it's a girl when his like maiden lover woman is like, that's a weird name for a female dog, Sultan. And, like, whatever, but Sultan's amazing, and they're just chilling on the beach, and they see the family coming, and it's just like, oh, what a nightmare! This family coming towards you at the beach, and he just sprints off, and the dog's running behind.
And then there's the scene where they're in the parking lot because Margot doesn't believe him, and he goes up to the first guy, and the guy won't look at him. So Margot's like, "Help! Help! He's crazy." He's like, "Well, fuck, I'll show you." And he goes like into the French Walmart, and like 50,000 people run out. Like it's like, like I said, they explore the space, but I think they just paint themselves into a corner, unfortunately, with it. I don't know where you're at on the scoring rate. I loved it, but like I just wanted something. I wish they could have figured it out. 3.5 for me.
Yeah, no, this is another 4. Really strong movie here. Would have been a great double feature with Hollow Road as well. If this was after Hollow Road. Because
I think this was first.
Oh, well, that's a messed up order. Because Hollow Road is such a fucking bummer of a fucking movie.
This is a bummer too.
This one's a little more of an upbeat bummer.
Hollow Road is very like anxiety inducing. I don't know if it's the same.
I think they kind of both are in a way. I mean, what I've heard about Hollow Road, it feels like that's probably more. You're probably right.
No, Hollow Road is just horrifying. Check out Hollow Road. Good movie too. 4 stars for that too.
Just that. So this is the Letterboxd challenge that the 3 of us are doing. But for this year only, myself, Aaron has given me 100 movies, and I have given Aaron 100 movies. So we're going to go over our progress this week. I think Aaron is still behind me chronologically, but you only
Yeah,
said
I'm
you
gonna
watched.
catch up eventually.
Yeah, you'll catch up. So you watched a great movie, though.
Yeah, it's The Skeleton of Mrs. Morales, I believe is the name.
That is what it's called. So the Skeleton of Mrs. Morales.
The year 1960. Yeah, this is a crazy movie about a guy who's been married for 20 years and wants to kill his wife. And it's like a movie that I am surprised was made in 1960. That's for sure. And like from what I understand, was not a maybe not completely based on fiction for what's going on with a lot of Mexican. So that was a little uncomfortable. The performances are great in the movie, though. This is just one that I had not heard much about.
And this actually also has a distinction, kind of like with A Bucket of Blood last week. I distinctly remember an episode of Tales from the Crypt that shamelessly rips off this movie. I think it's a movie. Emmett Walsh is like a taxidermist, and he eventually, the wife I think kills him and makes him into a taxidermy. So that's definitely inspired by this movie.
Yeah. No, it was really good though. I didn't like it nearly as much as you, but I did enjoy it. Another strong 4. Bunch of 4.
And this is a 5 for me. Mexican horror at its finest. Kronos move over. Skeleton Mrs. Morales came first.
I don't know about
that. All right. And then I watched 2 movies. So the first movie I watched, we're still dealing with Roger Corman and Edgar Allan Poe, The Pit and the Pendulum.
Good movie.
Honestly, like I feel like, and I think I said it in my review, like I wish maybe Corman would have spaced out his Poe stuff a little bit, because I couldn't imagine being around at this time and like every year it's just like an Edgar Allan Poe movie about someone being buried alive, and then it's 1960 and it's an Edgar Allan Poe movie about somebody being buried alive, and then actually in Trilogy of Terror they do The Cask of Amontillado, and that's an Edgar Allan Poe thing about somebody being buried alive. And like every year, it's like, fuck, Jesus, I get it.
I mean, he had a fear.
Yeah.
Edgar was afraid of this.
Yeah, he definitely was afraid of being buried alive.
Yes.
But like, but I mean, you can't deny Vincent Price in all these movies. He's like, I don't know. I believe he was seeing. I remember from my childhood, Vincent Price from my childhood. So I feel that this is just who he was. Like he wasn't like coked up or anything. This is just what you get, Vincent Price.
It's just a closet gay man in the 1960s.
Yeah, like phenomenal. Unfortunately, like everybody else kind of just blows. But like the movie's fine. 3.5 for me. Let me take the banner down. 3.5 for me. I picked the pendulum just because like I'm Edgar Allan Poe out at this point. And then the second movie I watched, Black Sabbath, Mario Bava's Black Sabbath. And again, I think I was talking to Aaron earlier today. First of all, starts with Boris Karloff doing the whole William Castle bit in the beginning. He comes out, he says a little speech. That's cool. And he's also the star of the second story in the movie, which basically I had watched that French film, The Vortilac, which was all right. But this is like the superior. It's so much better than The Vortilac in 1963 versus a movie that came out in like 2024. Like light years better. So good. Like I don't even care that the first and third stories are just okay. Like the Vortilac story is show up for the Vortilac story, stay for the weird kind of like mini Giallo movie in the beginning, and then the weird Tales from the Crypt thing at the end. That's all fine. I'm gonna give this a 4. I liked it. I liked it good.
Yeah, Bava can make a good picture.
Hell yeah, he can. One more time, just to throw up the old QR codes. Here is the Why We Love Horror Challenge. We'd love for everybody to join us there. And if you want to follow along, that's what I'm doing this year, my 100 movies, and that's Aaron's 100 movies. But if you made this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go to the Facebook group at Why We Love Horror. This has been the Watchalong Show. I'm John Maher. That's Abby Brooks and Aaron Brooks. Here comes that schedule.